Now then, everybody, let me welcome you to EVA. EVA is our 2006 Honda CR-V, and we bought her for my work like quite a few years ago, and we've made so many memories in this car. It's insane. She is honestly a part of the family. But unfortunately, she's died. So let me tell you how this happened and the story and where we're at now. So we bought Eva. We've been on camping trips where we drove her up to Scotland, and she's been through some ups and downs. Let me tell you. Right. So turbo went like 6 months or so after we actually bought her. So we had the turbo fixed at a garage. Long story short, something didn't quite go to plan with the fitting of the turbo, and it starved the engine of oil, causing a timing chain issue. Now, if anybody knows anything about the Honda CR-Vs, they have an internal timing chain, and they're not easy to get to, they're not easy to replace. But they're meant to be this way because they're not supposed to break. But anyway, we ended up with a timing chain issue, and the garage said, when you're going away, and we were like, so well, we're supposed to be going then. And he said, you know what? Stick some Lucas oil stabilizer in it. So we did. We stuck some stabilizer in it, and the bloody thing rang. It went all the way up to Scotland and back. We did all things, and the engine sounded awful. It was pumping out black smoke. It was an absolute nightmare. But like I say, we had it booked in to get all these bits replaced for when we got back. But yeah, it made it. So it's taken a battering. It's had like a new turbo. It's had a new engine. Well, a second-hand engine dropped in it. And yeah, it's had quite a bit of work done to it. You know, we've taken it camping all over the places. We've been up and down tracks. We've done all sorts of silly stuff. And she's just been an absolute machine. She just does not stop. She gets absolutely battered for what I do for work. She's just an absolute tank. Anyway, unfortunately, cutting the story short there, the other week, she finally died. She finally died. We were going camping with her, and something popped and whirred, and oil went out, and because the clutch did need doing eventually and stuff, it didn't seem economical to carry on and try and repair it, which is a shame. So we did a lot of shopping around, and we eventually found, after much searching and test driving and stuff, another one, an absolute twin. Same year, same engine model, the works, just even in better condition than this, when I bought it. Yeah, so eventually we did find one, and to cut a long story short, I test drove it. It were absolutely perfect, no issues whatsoever. Gearbox felt fine, clutch felt fine. It all sounded mint. And I'll cut the story very short, but basically after we bought it, we drove it for half an hour. We got onto the motorway, and it wouldn't go into fifth, and then it wouldn't go into sixth, and then it wouldn't go into reverse. Took us hours to get towed. Eventually got the new Honda back to the garage, which were 11:30. So I went in and saw him first thing in the morning. I'd chat with him, and then it would go into fifth and sixth, but then it wouldn't go into reverse. And after they've had a look at it, they decided it's the gearbox that's unfortunately gone kaput, and it's just fucking shit. It's just bad timing that. You know, it went when it did, basically. But that's always the gamble when you're buying second-hand motors. But the beauty is we have EVA sat here. So the new one is going to be called Ronda, but it's also going to be nicknamed EVA 2.0, because all the parts of EVA that we've got now are going to go on to that one. So the gearbox is gone kaput on the new Honda, but we have this one here now. And so the job is now to strip her down, which is a sad thing, but she's going to get stripped down for parts. I've got loads of bits on this. Like I say, I've put new centre pipe exhaust on it. It's got adjustable camera arms, reinforced springs. It's got bits on it that we needed for camping, and it's been the car that I've learnt on as well to do all of this stuff. So I didn't know anything about cars before this. So if you've come here looking for mechanicking advice, I am not the guy. I'm not the guy. I do all this on a wing and a prayer. It's all a learning curve for me. So this is not a mechanicking channel. This is a messing around channel, and just here for the laughs, the adventure, and rebuilding Eva like RoboCop and sticking her all on a new Honda. So we're going to start stripping her down. Like I say, the beauty of it is, because it's exactly the same, is that we're going to take the gearbox out of this one. I'm going to drop it all, I'm going to put it on blocks, and we're going to get the gearbox out, and I'm going to take that to the garage, and they're going to put it into that one, and then we're obviously going to look at the the clutch and any other bits that need doing. Like there's an alternator, and I said an alternator that's been on this for like maybe a year and a bit now, and that, you know, it's still good as new. So that wants to go on the other one because we don't know when the other one was done, and it's all a bit of an adventure. It's all a bit of messing around. So we're going to start stripping it off. Like I say, it's still got the roof tent on, which is going to come off. The window guard, the sills, they're going to come off, which I've already done them. But there's loads of internal bits. We put a wolf box reversing camera, so like on this, it's not on obviously, but shows out the back and you can move it up and down. And you know, Pioneer stereo were in it, you know, just all sorts of bits. We're going to start stripping it all down and taking it for parts. And like I said, this is all done on a wing and a prayer. No idea what I'm doing. I've got very, very basic knowledge, so it's just going to be more of a laugh than anything. I'm not here to tell you guys how to fix or do anything because I have no idea what I'm doing myself. So yeah, we've got a lot of emotional like attachment to this car. A lot of people will probably feel the same about some of their cars, but it's been the first like big family car that we've taken on holiday trips, camping trips, and it's done so many stupid stuff, and it's never died. It's always just carried on. So emotional attachment to the car, and we're just going to strip her down now, which is very sad. But then after that, she's going to go to the scrap man. So yeah, let's get to it. So first job on is to start removing, obviously, the wolf bot, the electrics, my charger, Pioneer stuff, all my electrically little bits, all the easy stuff's going to come out first. Get rid of all the nice little bits like dog cages in the back, they've got to come out. Any bits and bats like that, that's going to come out first, and then we will start getting into the underneath and the body parts and the gearbox, subframes and camber arms and all that stuff. Later on, we're just going to get the easy stuff out of the way first. Tyre cover. You see, one of the most annoying things is that when I've put all this kit in, is that it's all got the sticky pad clips for like the GPS and stuff, and I'm gonna have to buy more sticky pads now to stick them back on. Absolute pain in the arse. Yeah, so this one is the cable that runs all the way to the back door, which I will get to as soon as so that is all the cables for the wolf box out of the way, all the GPS. Just got to get the rear cable from the back door, which I'll pull through in a minute, but next we'll tackle the Pioneer. Right, so that's the wolf box out. That is the Pioneer out. I don't think there's all else in there that we need. And now we've just got to trace the wire back for the reversing camera. Yeah, so when we first got her, we took her up to Scotland for our camping trips, and when we first ever did get her, these cars are typical of having like a rear end sag, but they were quite low anyway. So we when we loaded it up, we put a roof rack on it and took it to Scotland, and honestly, the car were on its absolute arse, and it was loaded up. It looked like a bloody top hat going down motorway. Honestly, we have abused this car, but yeah, the car was just sat on its arse. We packed that much stuff into it, so every time we've been camping, we've always like expanded a little bit more. So we've gone from like just like packing it all into the back, and then like having a roof box, and then we went to a roof bag, and then we went to a crate, like a roof tray, and loaded that up with a tarp, which were just wild. And then we went to getting a tow bar platform, and sticking it all in that. And then obviously we've done the springs since then. We put like super heavy springs in, so it's sorted it all out. Could have probably done with an inch lift as well to stop it from sagging too much. But yeah, we drove up to Scotland with this car absolutely on its arse, and it's just always done it. It's always got us there. But yeah, so now we've advanced to big ass camping trailer, roof tent, absolute piece of kit. But yeah, these cars are just absolutely solid, but it's been abused. Like, you know, it's well over 200,000 miles now. It's had an engine change, turbos have gone, you know, it's had all sorts of work done to it. But it's just an absolute resilient machine. So yeah, let's crack on. We actually had fitted crates for this. Like, it comes up on the back there, these bits. I've got double doors. There is usually a centre partition here for the dogs for when we're working. But yeah, the gas strut doesn't even, like last better days, it doesn't even hold door anymore. So all the cages are going to come out as well. Take the camera out and crack on. So we went through all the effort of feeding the cables all through the panel work, through the rubber here, into here, and up out there, ball up this bit here. So yeah, that's got to come out. Reverse cable out. What we did build in these is some under platform storage. You know, just for extra, you know, leads, camping gear, towels, all that sort of stuff. You were a right little bloody buggy. Right, so that is about everything major that I needed. Electrical wise out of here, we've got the bits and bats. So next it's just going to be sort of all the mechanical stuff, you know, under the bonnet, underneath the car, because it's had like a new centre silencer piece for the exhaust and stuff, and all sorts of bits. So that's going to be future videos. But yeah, for this one I think we've just got most of the electrics out that we needed, that I needed out of the way. Start stripping it down. Because we are actually going away, because like obviously the other hander that we were gonna use is obviously having its gearbox done, which is a bit of a farce. But even then, it's a bit of a gamble buying a second-hand car like that, and then, you know, taking it like 1,000 miles to wherever we're going. It's a bit risky anyway. Like, I don't know the faults. Like this, I knew every single knock, rattle, and it had a lot of them, but I knew exactly what they were. Whereas I don't know this one, so it's like the devil you know kind of thing. So we're actually taking the smaller family car on the next camping trip, which is going to be a little bit cramped, but we're still going. We're not going. So we've got to get that set up. It's got a few repairs to do on that, which I'll put on here as well. We're going to do the CV joint is clicking, so that needs repairing. We're going to do the ball joint. We're going to do some discs and stuff while we're at it, and change one of the sensors. So nothing major, just routine stuff, which we will get done, which will be another video. So yeah, so I think the next thing is to tackle the under the bonnet shizzle. Yeah, so next job on is to start attacking all of this. So like, to get to the gearbox and start taking off stuff around it. This is got to come out, that's got to come out, that's got to come out. It's because it's like down there, absolute nightmare to get to. But obviously we're going to do it from the underneath and drop the frame down, I think. But yeah, all the other bits that are in good nick are going to come off, and I'm going to put them up for sale. If people want them, feel free. So yeah, not going to do that now though. That's going to be tomorrow's job, early start tomorrow. I'm going to rip all that off. But yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, like, watch more. It's going to be a right bloody adventure, is this? And I would hopefully, I want to get this out as soon as, because I need to get it to the garage for when they're ready to fit the other one. So yeah, so stick around. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you all guys in the next one, yeah?